Fellow accountability buddies, I'm Les, and this is another episode of Less is More Healthy, coming to you from the car and not the bike, which is a sad moment. I had a bit of a melancholy moment this morning as I moved all of my everyday carry items from my pannier into my backpack and realizing that, like, the summer of bike riding is a bit over, um, at least in terms of like being able to commute to work. And um, I'm a little bummed about that for sure. Really would like to be continuing riding my bike to work for a little while longer, but that's just not the reality of my job. So and the reason that I'm quitting the commute is for safety's sake. I could commute in until probably November or December. However, the commute home is where things get tricky. So I get out of work at like 6:15, sometimes as late as 6:30. Not usually quite so late as that. Um, and if I were bike commuting, um, and the MBTA allowed me to take my bike on the train at with a pickup here at 6:30, I would continue this until probably December. However, that is not the case. The MBTA does not allow bikes on until, for the pickup time here, it would be the 7:15 train. So I would have to stay super late to catch the train home. And the reason I would have to catch the train home is because the commute at that time of day is quite dangerous. It would be dusk or dark, depending on which month it is. We're getting close to it being around 6 o'clock for it to be dusk here or dark. And that is just a really dangerous time of day in this area to be riding your bike on. There are a couple of road crossings on the rail trail that are very dangerous. And then also going over the bridge into my city from Salem is pretty dangerous, particularly when it's dark. Yeah, I have bike lights. I've got very bright bike lights, but that is, people are on their phone, they're running red lights like this dude in front of me just did. It's just super dangerous. So I'm making the choice, as much as I hate it, to not ride my bike, for to be safe. I just want to be safe. I don't want to get hit by a car again, and because that is the pits. But anyway, yeah, so not doing that and not able to continue because of the MBTA schedule. Anyhow, um, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is weight loss and why I don't use weight loss as a sort of metric for success for me. Now, weight loss is something that I know a lot of other people understand as a metric, and hold it up as something that's really important and all of that. It's a metric that my doctor recognizes. It's a metric that a lot of other people recognize. But for me, the metric that I use is, how do I feel? Do I feel stronger? Do I feel healthier? How are my blood sugars? And how's my blood pressure? Those are the things that I'm looking for. And that works better for me because there are a couple of things that are happening, um, with my body in terms of how I feel and weight loss and all of that. And so for me, I haven't been using weight loss, because I also am putting on muscle. And for me, that's more important than losing weight. Feeling fit and strong with the um, muscle gain has been so much more important than saying to myself, okay, yeah, I've lost like 10 pounds, or I've lost 5 pounds, or whatever. Gaining muscle has been more important to me than anything else. So, yeah, so I've been gaining a lot of muscle and feeling really good about gaining muscle. Um, and the muscle gain has meant that I'm not losing as much weight as like my doctor would like to see. Um, and what I have noticed is like because of the muscle gain, I actually feel a lot better than I was feeling. Because of the muscle gain, my blood sugars are more even, my blood pressure is better, and because of all of this, these are the things that have led me to not having to visit my primary care um, again for a year. And those are the important metrics. The other thing that I'm recognizing is that because of the muscle gain, my bodily landscape is changing. So like I'm losing weight in places, but I'm gaining muscle in other places. So as a for instance, I've noticed that um, like I now need smaller sports bras, which I always look at sports bras as like a pretty major investment. And I always spend a chunk of change on them because I think it's necessary to have a good quality sports bra. Got to keep those girls in check, right? And um, so yeah, so now I'm like, I need to buy some new sports bras because what I got is too small. Like I've gained muscle around my chest, but I've also lost weight around my chest. And so I need something that fits better. Also, like my jeans are looser around my waist, but tighter around my thighs and calves. So I'm looking at purchasing new clothing. Also, some of my flannels are now like I'm swimming in them. They're way too big. So these are like difficult problems to have because of the expense of it. Like I'm someone who like I buy a shirt and I want to wear it until it falls apart. I buy a pair of jeans and I repair them. Like I wear my jeans until there's holes in the thighs and the knees and then I patch them up. I've got jeans that are 20 something years old and I just keep patching them. Um, and like the great thing about like having the jeans, they're buying quality jeans is like the jeans that I bought when I was in my late 20s now fit again. Well, not quite. The early 30s jeans. They fit again, right? And they're hopelessly out of style, but that's fine because they're quality and I can tailor them to fit properly and so that they're more in fashion. But that's all beside the point. Like one of the things that I'm looking at now and have had to do is buy fast fashion so that I have something that fits in the interim. And, I might only wear some of these jeans for a year or two as my body is changing, but I'll donate them somewhere, and someone else will be able to wear them while their body is changing, maybe. But yeah, normally I'm someone that's like, I want to buy something that's good quality, but also it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to buy something super expensive if I'm only going to wear it for 6 months to a year. Some of my cycling gear doesn't fit anymore. I can't wear it because if you're wearing cycling shorts and they're loose, um that's the path to saddle sores and other abrasions on delicate skin. So, yeah, getting wearing clothing that fits is like a new priority. Like, I'm Gen X. Like we started wearing oversized clothes in high school. Um but yeah, like wanting clothes that fit and look good on me is something that I'm readjusting to. Also, having people look at me again is something that I'm not accustomed to. Like it being an older woman with graying hair who's overweight, um, I've been largely invisible for a good portion of my life. You know, when you're fat, people don't look at you. Um, and one of the things that I've noticed and I'm not enjoying is the attention that my body is getting again. Something that I hated in my 20s and my 30s. Um, is like people not making eye contact and instead looking at my chest. It doesn't matter, like I'm wearing like a crew neck shirt, like buttoned up, wearing a flannel buttoned up, and um people are staring. And like part of me is like, well, my like if my belly was still, you know, hanging out, like people would not be looking the way they are. And it's just sort of like an annoying thing to have to like deal with again, and not really knowing what to do with that. Like there, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it other than be like, my eyes are up here. um but yeah, it's just like that gaze thing is new, or new again, renewed. I don't know what you want to talk about, like, or how you want to say it. But anyway, that's kind of where my thinking is right now. Is like, all right, I need to buy some more new clothes. I need to get new cycling gear because nothing's fitting anymore. And like just getting ready for like winter to be here, colder weather to be here, and yeah, getting accustomed to my body in this new configuration. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you, and I will see you next time. Thanks and bye. Go do something outside, or go move. Do something. Do get some movement in.